I actually don't know how I'm going to say this, but my chest is absolutely gripping like a vice at the moment. And I can feel myself shaking on the inside. This is gripping me at the moment. I can't breathe properly at the moment. I'm like just taking short breaths, and my shoulders are all tense, and I just feel it on the inside. And as a result of me clenching my teeth all day, I just get this massive tension headache, and I just, it's just like nerve-wracking. I'm like a wreck. I just don't know what to do, and I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that a lot of people go through this same thing, but on the outside they seem okay, but on the inside they are not. I need to talk about this to some other people, because otherwise it's not going to help. Just been having a lot of anxiety, as you know, over the last few days, and it's just been terrible.
For the last 10 or so years since I graduated high school, I've suffered with depression and anxiety, like really bad. I take medication, I'm on antidepressants. It's really tough, I'll be honest. I've gone through phases of anxiety that just completely railroad my life, completely destroy whatever I'm doing. And judging from what I've heard from you over the last week, I know exactly where you're coming from. I know exactly that pain. I know how crippling and debilitating it is. Talk to me how you're feeling.
To have this uncertainty because you don't have that control over the circumstance around you.
Exactly.
As a result, your mind is getting all into it, and you just can't think anything outside that precise thought, and you're like, you think there's no way out, there's no hope.
Yeah, then, catastrophizing.
Yeah, and then on the inside, like your heart's like, it's like a wrench, it's like a vice in your heart, and that's what it felt like for me.
I've in the past had horror clients, horror bosses, and I got that feeling that you're feeling, that suffocating feeling, that gut-wrenching, you can't take your mind off it, basically. It ruins everything. You takes away your appetite. You can't even eat properly. There are things that I do that they do help, like, you know, eating healthy, exercising, getting sleep, taking a break, getting away from the people that are causing you to be in a state of mind, which you've done, which is great. So as much as I'd love to just, you know, be able to give you advice that would take it away, that won't happen. There's no magic bullet. But you can definitely turn this into something that you're going to look back on and be like, thank God that happened. Yeah. Thank God that happened. You're sort of in fight or flight, basically. Yeah. That's what your brain's doing right now, is that it's convinced you that you're in flight, basically, or fight. Yeah. And it's really hard to get out of that once you're in it. Also, these things, they help you sort of figure out what you don't want in life. What I did was I restructured my life in a way that it wasn't running away from it. I was just restructuring it in a way that, you know, just ensured that I never found myself in that situation again. Yeah. What I like to do when I'm in your state of mind is I like to try and pinpoint the exact emotion. Instead of running away from it, like lean into it. That's what I do a lot of the times. And at first, something that like you just don't want to do, like, because you're trying to get away from that feeling. But paradoxically, I find that if you lean into those feelings, they sort of just melt. Facing your anxiety is good sometimes. You know, don't run away every time you're anxious. That's not going to help you in the long run. But know what battle you're picking. Yeah. If it's a battle if it's always going to result like this, maybe you shouldn't be fighting that battle.
You can't help the birds that might shit on you.
Yeah.
But life happens. And the thing is, the best we can do is manage that.
Yeah.
You know, that the circumstances that come in our way.
Yeah.
And a lot of us will just keep it to ourselves and not do anything about it. But do you talk about it to people, or do you find it really hard to talk to people about it?
It's funny you ask, man. I had this exact conversation yesterday with a friend who called me and said basically, hey, you know, you can call me anytime, like I'm always here to listen. And I actually said to her, like, thank you so much, first of all, like that means the world, especially now. We all need people we can talk to. Just talking helps me frame it and helps me get it out and helps me realize what the issue is and helps me think out loud and solve things. Yeah. At the end of the day, I think I always feel better voicing it regardless. Yeah. I've just got to be careful not to convince myself of my own irrational thoughts.
Yeah, and speaking to trusted people about
Yeah.
it. People who are close friends,
Who know you.
who know you, and who you can be vulnerable with.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you find taking your mind off yourself and helping other people?
Huge.
Does that make a big difference when you did that? Are you okay on your Instagram story?
Yeah.
And then, if they aren't, to DM you?
Yeah.
That one?
That was huge. The reason I did that was because I was having a horrible, horrible day. And I was just like, man, I would do anything just to have a complete stranger listen to what is going on in my head right now. And then I thought, well, if I'm thinking that, imagine how many people out there are thinking that.
Yeah.
So I just put it out there.
Yeah.
In a way, I was running away from my own problems, but I put it out there, and what happened was twofold. One, everything got put into perspective.
Yeah.
Hearing other people's problems, you very quickly realize, wow, like everyone's fighting a battle that you have no idea about. Like I'm talking deaths, suicides, relationship problems, health problems, everything you can think of. And that helped just get me into perspective. But the biggest thing was giving them my perspective back to them and helping them just through my life experiences, not trying to make them feel better, not trying to fix them or anything, just listen and maybe relate. Helping other people is a great way to get yourself out of your own mind, your own thoughts, your own anxiety, your own depression. Helping people less fortunate as well, because then you're forced to be grateful.
Yeah.
The scary part of anxiety and depression is when there's no external reason for it. That's scary because in those situations, there is nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Your brain's just scrambling to find something to be upset about.
Yeah.
It's 2020. The world has gone to shit. Everyone has problems right now. There's that uncertainty that everybody in the world has right now. No one knows how this is going to end.
And everyone's anxious about it because uncertainty brings
fear.
A level of anxiety, fear, which is the right word for it. Anxiety is pretty much a fear.
Yeah, and there's just a low-level fear, for even the people that are doing amazing right now. I talk to them too, and there's a low level of fear, and they can't even really pinpoint it.
Yeah.
They don't know what it is.
We might be wondering, what am I doing in the middle of canola fields in the middle of nowhere? To be honest, I just went away from it all. I just want to take a bit of a breather, just to collect my thoughts in terms of what I've been through in the last week or so. And after that conversation with my friend Adam about anxiety, it has really helped tenfold. The fact of the matter is, with anxiety, there is no particular solution. One of the things I recommend is being open to someone. If someone asks you, are you okay? Be open and honest about it. And on the other side of the fence, if you recognize someone who's actually going through stuff and doesn't seem like they're themselves, ask that question, are they okay? And really ask these open-ended questions for them to be honest about it. If you do ask these questions, you'll be surprised at the number of people that do open up about some of their problems. And the thing is with social media is that on the outside everything seems fine and people seem like they're living the dream, but in reality, there's a lot of crap that people go through. And including myself. You are not alone in whatever it is that you're going through, including myself. By opening up, I realized I'm totally not alone, and it's totally quite common for people to have these kind of thoughts and these kind of things that are happening, like when it comes to anxiety. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or concerns, or if you want to open up about something. Feel free to leave a comment, and I would love to hear from you. I better head back to Sydney, signing off, and I hope that you have a great day wherever you are, and speak to you soon in the next video.